It's morphin' time. Pterodactyl.
Hi there, this is Datila with Rangers of Wrestling bringing you the It's Wrestling Time post show. And for tonight, I will be reviewing WrestleMania 38, Night 2, or as they're calling it, WrestleMania Sunday. And just like yesterday, today I am joined once again by the host that runs the West Coast, Hollywood, Michael. Ciao, are you?
Hello! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to talk about Night 2. Could you believe the ending of WrestleMania? That incredible. They lived up to all expectations. The best WrestleMania match ever.
The most stupendous WrestleMania.
I can't believe they went that long. Can you believe all the spots? Can you believe all the flips that Brock Lesnar did? The twists, the turns, and that huge thing. Cliffhanger that happened at the end of the night. They really lived up to the best WrestleMania match ever. Now, everything I just said is probably what Vince McMahon had written down. So, spoiler, it's not what happened. So,
yeah, definitely. I have to say, this main event, while predictable, we all knew Roman was going to win. We all saw that coming from a mile away. I have to say, I don't know about you, but I feel like it was very underwhelming. Like, the match itself, it was just, like, we've seen this match before. There was nothing that makes it different from the previous Lesnar-Roman matches.
Absolutely
it was
not.
Very, very underwhelming, in my opinion. I
totally agree with you. This match sucked. This is supposed to be billed as the greatest WrestleMania match ever. Now, maybe we might talk to it later on when we get to the card again, but something might have happened in this match, which might have cut it short. But if this was legit, the actual match, it was really, really bad. It's as though they picked up the script to SummerSlam and went Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. Recycle. Go ahead and use that again. Here you go. It had the exact same ending. This is no different. Their Crown Royale, their Crown Jewel match was better. Their first two WrestleMania matches were better. This sucked. It was bad. It was bad. I mean, we already got Michael in the chat. That was the worst main event. It had the same match in Roman had the previous times. I disagree because it was actually worse. It was so underwhelming. We'll talk about it later. We think something might have happened in this match is why they cut it short. But if it didn't, if this was legit, the match we were supposed to get, it was not good.
Honestly, if I was at AT&T Stadium, I probably would have left early, like after the whole Stone Cold thing, because I was like, I already know who's going to win. And if I would have stayed, like second guess myself and stayed and been like, that was it? Really? I would have been so mad at myself for not leaving.
I don't know what to say. This match made the main event of night 1 look like the best WrestleMania match ever. I mean, rumors going around that Ronda Rousey was not so happy that her and Charlotte didn't get the main event night 1, and then you give us this piece of garbage match at the main event of night 2. If I was freaking Ronda Rousey, I'd be so furious.
Michael 101-591 saying they said it was the biggest match in WrestleMania history, more like the biggest failure match in WrestleMania history. That you can say that again.
This is bad.
I feel like today was the opposite of yesterday. Yesterday started off really slow and it picked up. Today, I feel like tonight started off really good and then kind of dipped.
So I actually had the match length. Datila, would you like to know how long this legit match was?
Sure. How long was it?
It was clocked in at 12 minutes and 20 seconds. I don't know what to say. It was bad. It was bad. I mean, we got no new information.
Michael giving it a 0.
It was a -0. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
-100.
-10. Ty Dillinger, the reverse Ty Dillinger.
-10. -10.
It was really bad. 10. It was a lot of the same thing. What else did they do? There was nothing different in this match. And honestly, let's talk about it right now because I don't think I want to talk about it later. So we think there might have been an injury to Roman Reigns. He might have dislocated his shoulder during this match because if you had seen after he took the Kimura lock from Brock Lesnar, it insinuated that he had dislocated his shoulder and they quickly ended the match after that. You know, if you remember night one, right? The opening match with Rick Boogs, he did that spot. He injured his knee. We found out you were right. It was his quad. He'll be out to 6 to 12 months. They quickly ended the match afterwards. So is this another matter of Roman Reigns had injured himself? Then that's not good. Finn Balor had dislocated his shoulder, and then he was put on the shelf. And I don't think he ever got the Universal title again, but I don't think that's going to be Roman Reigns.
Michael 101591 said 9-2 was a 3 out of 10. Wow, I disagree with you on that. But hey, we're on.
That's very, very low. But honestly, I feel like night one was better. The main event, I mean, come on. The main event left a bad taste in our mouths. Now, I understand a lot of people didn't like the Stone Cold Steve Austin main event, but this one being billed as the biggest WrestleMania match ever, a match we've already seen 2 other times, multiple times altogether. And when you really think about it, look at everything they did to get to this match. Brock Lesnar buried everyone to get that WWE title. This was almost the equivalent of Charlotte burying Asuka just to get the WWE title so they can have that triple threat for winner take all. You know, they took the title off of poor Big E to make this happen, and the match sucked. So why
Michael 101591 agreeing with you. Night one was way better, even though I had some issues with it. Really? You guys think night one was better? Well, we're all entitled to our opinion, so
yeah, absolutely. It's
alrighty. So night 2 of WrestleMania Sunday kicked off with the Raw Tag Team Championship match. It was the reigning tag team champions RK-Bro. Actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. They didn't kick off the match. Triple H opened WrestleMania.
Technically, Marky Mark opened up WrestleMania again.
If you want to get technical, yeah. So Triple H opened up the match, opened up WrestleMania. He welcomed everybody to WrestleMania. And what a bittersweet moment for him to leave his boots in the ring. I got a little emotional just seeing that because, you know, I'm glad he got his moment, his WrestleMania moment to say thank you to the fans, you know, and I thought he was going to give a big speech, but they probably didn't want to make everybody cry so early at WrestleMania. I hope tomorrow on Raw, he gets to like say goodbye, you know?
Honestly, if this had ended WrestleMania, it would have been a lot better than what we actually got. So, yeah. So, I mean, hopefully Triple H gets some type of tribute. They did one for him on SmackDown like last year. Do you remember that? It was when Vince McMahon came out and gave a big speech and no one could understand what he was saying. So,
yeah. Michael 101591 saying, at least it wasn't horrendous.
Yeah, it was okay. It was okay. So,
and now that Reigns won, his next challenger, I'm guessing, is McIntyre. Yeah, I would think it's McIntyre. You would think it's McIntyre.
If he gets there. I mean, remember, we're theorizing the reason why the match was cut short is because Roman Reigns might have suffered an injury. If that's the case, they got to take the title off them. They might actually put it on Cody. So we'll see.
We'll see. All right. So it kicked off with the Raw Tag Team Championship match. It was the reigning tag team champions RK-Bro versus Alpha Academy versus the Street Profits. And honestly, I actually really enjoyed this match. This was a fun match. I like this match better than the night one's tag team match. Way better. Honestly, I really like that spot with the double DDT to the Street Profits that Randy and Matt Riddle did. I also really like that sick RKO that Matt Riddle did to Montez Ford from the top of the rope. That was a really cool spot. And of course, RK-Bro were victorious. They retained their tag titles. I would say, even though I like the match, and even though I'm happy RKO won, I still think that RK-Bro should not have been tag team champions entering this match. I think Alpha Academy should have kept the tag titles, and RK-Bro should have won the tag titles here at WrestleMania instead of the way that it happened. But what were your thoughts on this match?
I agree with you. I mean, this is an example on why tag team wrestling is the division to watch. But too bad Vince McMahon hates tag team wrestling. He also hates the women's division. So later on, we got a great, not to jump the gun, we got a great women's tag team match. And too bad Vince hates the women's division and tag team wrestling. You put that together, women's tag team wrestling. So this was a great match. I think we both predicted that this match was going to deliver, and it did. all these guys are so good together. It's going to be really sad when RK-Bro breaks up. And I had mentioned before, it'd be really nice if Riddle was the one who turned on Randy to be like, hey, well, better you than me. If I didn't do this, you would have done it to me. You're the legend killer, and now you're the legend, and I'm the legend killer who kills you. So it's going to be a little bit of acting for Matt Riddle to do, but hopefully that's the twist that they do. So this was a good match. Shall we talk about what happened afterwards with another Gable?
Yes, give me 1 second. So Michael 101.91 saying it was a good way for Triple H to go out. I definitely agree. Opening match was the same, rinse and repeat. RK-Bro wins, not surprised. Yeah, me neither. But like I said, I really wish they were not the tag team champions going into this match. It should have been an Alpha Academy.
There was some good stuff. There was some good stuff in here. I honestly, maybe this would have worked out better as a ladder match. I noticed there wasn't a lot of stipulated matches other than like anything goes. Other than anything goes, there wasn't any other type of match. I missed the money. Right. I missed the Money in the Bank at Mania. Just to throw this out there.
Same. I might go to Money in the Bank. I may go. So at the end of the match, we get the Street Profits celebrating with RK-Bro. I don't know about you, but I kind of feel like they were going to turn heel for a second here. I thought they were going to, attack RK-Bro, but they invited Gable Stevenson, and then Chad Gable threw like the cup at him, and then he took off his shirt and suplexed Gable. So we're gonna get a battle of the Gables, Chad Gable versus Gable Stevenson. Winner gets to keep the name Gable.
There you go. Gable versus Gable. Who wins? Gable.
Which Gable?
Gable versus Gable. It's I hope this guy ends up doing well. People are already kind of, no offense to him, because I know he won the Olympics and he's a 2-time NCAA champion, but people are always saying he is the next Kurt Angle. Why? Because he just so happened to be a gold medalist in wrestling.
But did he win a gold medal with a broken freaking neck?
He did not win the gold medal with a broken freaking neck. So there you go. So his brother right now is technically in NXT. He's under a different name. I forget what it is. So you never know. They seem to be putting a lot on the success of Gable Stevenson. So we'll see. If he's going to face Chad Gable first, I think that's a great opponent for him to face first, because Chad Gable is a really underrated, incredible wrestler, and he's going to make Gable Stevenson look like $1 million. So
yeah, I definitely do agree.
Probably going to happen at SummerSlam, if I could be honest.
Yeah, I could see that happening. Yeah. Okay, so next we had Omos versus Bobby Lashley, which surprisingly was not as terrible as I imagined it would be.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't great. Let's just put it here. It wasn't great.
It definitely wasn't a perfect 10, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But so I'm surprised Bobby Lashley won, but I'm glad that Bobby Lashley won, because I would have felt some type of way if Omos would have won. Mm-hmm. But now the question is, what happens to Omos after this? His undefeated streak is pretty much over. So where does he go from here? Does he end up in the next batch of releases? Do they keep him? What are they going to do with him? Is he going to join Bobby Lashley and MVP maybe? What do you speculate is going to happen with Omos now that he lost?
I guess you could say almost won.
I like your pun.
So on our prediction show, which is on YouTube, guys, go check it out, even though both nights are over. But it had some really good predictions on there, so go watch it. So I put in the predictions that honestly neither man could afford to lose. Omos is on the rise. He's undefeated. He's defeated now. But a loss to him is like his whole gimmick was he's a huge giant. And who's going to be able to beat him? And he got beaten. So where do you go from here? Bobby Lashley is an ex-WWE champion. He was never pinned to lose the title, just to throw it out there. And he can't lose. So I predicted that this would end in a double count out to have Lashley spear him off the stage. But he got pinned, and he will most likely, honestly, go back to NXT. Maybe. Because where do you go from here? You know what I mean? I think he should take some time off, because he's a giant who just got beat. His whole cachet is he can't be beat. So the unbeatable got beat. So where do you go from here? Nowhere.
So, well, let's try to recall. What happened to the Great Khali once he finally got beaten?
Well, he started, what did he do? The Khali Kiss Cam.
I remember that.
The Khali Kiss Cam, which is now the Los Lotharios Kiss Cam.
Yeah.
He was put in something with Beth Phoenix or Natalya. He was in a romantic storyline with Natalya. And yeah, honestly, Omos is probably going to go after the 24/7 title, which, by the way, can we just throw out there? Nothing involving the 24/7 championship happened all weekend. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. Yeah.
You would think they would have done something.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised we didn't get a wedding.
I know. Well, you got to say something for Monday Night Raw. Freaking Veer Mahan can't take over the entire show.
All right. Michael 101591 saying, "Oh, hold on. Match was boring. Almost as terrible in the ring.
Mhm.
That match could have been on Raw. This did not scream WrestleMania quality match. Yeah, same here. Joe Shipley saying he didn't like the Roman ending.
No one did. And
No one did.
And Michael, honestly, a lot of matches could have been on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of those.
So after that, we had the Anything Goes match. It was Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville. I was right. I called it. I said the Jackass crew was going to get involved, and I was absolutely right. Jackass crew got involved. But you know what? This match was actually not bad. I actually really enjoyed this match. I thought it was a fun match. It had a lot of cool spots, like Sami Zayn getting put on that mousetrap.
Yup, dude, he took that spot really good.
Yeah,
that could have ended very badly. So.
He's earning that $3 million contract, though.
Woo! Yes, he is.
Let's talk about Wee Man giving Sami Zayn a body slam.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
Never seen Hornswoggle do that.
Or that poor bowling ball to Sami Zayn. That must have hurt. I'm pretty sure he had a cup on for that, though.
Mm-hmm.
Or what about what was that guy? The guy that came into the ring and was going like that.
Purdius. So he was in the infamous segment with Umaga. It was him, and I forget. There's another member of Jackass, which I'm surprised he didn't show up. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No. Was it Steve-O?
Yeah, Steve-O. So if you guys didn't know, Steve-O was supposed to be at the Royal Rumble, but ironically, he actually tested positive for COVID at the actual arena. So he got sent home. Yeah. So I don't know why Steve-O wasn't there tonight. But the guy that Steve-O was with during the infamous Umaga segment, that's the guy who was in the ring dancing.
That guy kind of reminds me of, I'm probably not, and in the future, this video probably won't get monetized for me saying this, but that guy kind of reminded me of Big Dick Johnson. You remember him? From
I do. They also made a joke about it. What was it? I think Michael Cole called him Naked Midian. This is before your time, but there used to be a wrestler named Midian, and his whole thing is he would be in his underwear and he would run around. So Naked Midian, Big Dick Johnson, like you said. So yeah.
Oh, Michael 101591 says, okay, he said a couple of things. He said, God, I'm dreading if they do a wedding tomorrow night. He also says, match was stupid, that it was hilarious. I enjoyed it, but that comedy made the match a classic 10-10 match. He says it was a perfect 10.
This was fun. This was I mean, you're not going to see Dave Meltzer give this like 5 or 7 stars, right? But remember, guys, this sports entertainment, and for entertainment wise, this was actually pretty fun. Yesterday, you and I talked about how they paired up, partners very, very well, and Sami Zayn was the right guy to do this job. Like
he definitely was
perfect opponent for Johnny Knoxville.
You know what got me though was when Sami was running and that giant hand came out of nowhere.
Yeah. Yep. They did that.
Got me.
They did that on Monday Night Raw a long time ago when they were doing the celebrity guest hosts, and I think it was the last time that the Jackass guys were doing a movie. I think they had done that to, correct me if I'm wrong, Ted DiBiase Jr. and Maurice. So, yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that. I have to go back and watch that. We'll talk about the Johnny Knoxville setting up pyro from the top turnbuckle.
I know. I feel bad because I don't think Sami Zayn he probably caught in the moment because Sami Zayn didn't even know they went off. So he was like, oh, whoops. And he kind of just fell over. At the end, the giant mousetrap, I was kind of like thinking of AEW when, you know how the John Moxley and Kenny Omega match and the whole botch at the big ending. I'm like seeing this and I'm like, ooh, I hope this giant mousetrap works, because if it doesn't, this is going to look really bad. And of course, it didn't work. So Johnny Knoxville had to do something. I don't know. I don't think that was, I I think it was supposed to pull like some rope and it was supposed to happen, but it got stuck. So, but yeah, it was good.
Did you catch Pat McAfee saying that just like the rats of the New York City subway?
Yeah. Very good. Very good.
But overall, this was, like I said, this was a fun match. I really enjoyed this match.
Big props to Johnny Knoxville. I mean, he took a lot of abuse in this match, including that exploder suplex into the table. So I was pretty impressed. And he got busted open. So good for him.
Yeah, very, very entertaining. All right, so next we had the women's tag team fatal 4-way match. It was a team of Naomi and Sasha Banks versus Team Bad minus Tamina versus Queen Zelina and Carmella versus Shayna Baszler and Natty, who switches more partners than square dancers, and Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley coming out dressed like Catwoman and Donnie Darko. Did you catch that?
I caught the Catwoman and the Donnie Darko. I didn't. I did watch Donnie Darko, but I was like, oh, okay, I get it. At one point, didn't Brian Saxton said, someone said, it was either Brian Saxton or Jimmy Smits, and he said, oh, it's Catwoman and Batman. I'm like, Batman? Did you not watch the movie? That doesn't look like Batman. Jeez. Freaking Brian Saxton or Jimmy Smits.
And Carmella with her Madonna-inspired outfit.
I did not know that. I mean, all things considered, Corey Graves is a very lucky man.
Okay.
No, all right. I'm saying Carmella. Big Cass, what happened, bro? I'm sorry.
Michael 101.91 saying match was terrible, but Sasha finally got her win at WrestleMania. Yeah, I was about to bring that up. So this wasn't a terrible match. It wasn't. It wasn't. I thought that was a decent match.
Honestly, compared to other women's tag team matches that we get, this was actually pretty good.
I actually like this women's tag team match better than last year's women's tag team match.
Yes, I did too. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, props to Sasha for finally breaking her WrestleMania losing streak and winning tonight. So, but I don't think there's much more we can talk about this match. It was a decent match. Sasha Banks broke her losing streak. What else do we have to talk about in this match? Not much, right?
No, I don't think so.
So next we had one of my favorite matches of the night, Edge versus AJ Styles. I thought this was a great match. Edge with that killer entrance at the beginning. We kind of reminded me of SummerSlam last year when he came out to the Brood, which I have on tape, by the way. I have that on video. Yes, I didn't upload the whole thing on YouTube. I only uploaded like one part of 3. But it's like 3 parts because I didn't want to make it too long. But very reminding me of that. But this was a good match. I was surprised when AJ Styles hit Edge with that Styles Clash and he kicked out. Yeah. I was surprised. Did you catch Edge using the STF on AJ Styles?
I did, and at one point he used the LaBelle lock. I was like, LaBelle lock. Bryan Danielson.
And John Cena.
He was there. Special guest referee. You can see him.
Yep. Michael 101.91 saying, good match with Edge and Styles, but that match was slow.
It was slow, but big credit to AJ Styles, and I think a lot of superstars should take notes. The way he sells like his kayfabe injuries, it's one of the best. Like, you actually think AJ Styles is actually injured. So I think the reason why it's slow is that they're trying to make you believe that these guys are kayfabe injured, right? When you're injured, you're kind of fatigued, the match is slow. Now, if you're kind of conveying the fact that you might possibly kayfabe be injured, you're not going to go fast like a luchador. You know what I mean? No. So they got to sell it. So this is very good. I like it. Longest match of the night, by the way. Longest match of the night.
How long was it?
It was 24 minutes and 5 seconds. This was the length of 2 main events. It was the length of 2 main events tonight.
Yeah. Well, for one, I don't know how I feel about the finish, but I will say I was right. Edge won this. I called it. I remember I picked Edge and you picked AJ.
No. I picked Edge.
No, really?
No, really. I picked
AJ.
No, I have it here on my paper.
Okay.
No. Because remember, I said Edge was going to win with interference from Beth Phoenix, remember?
No, I don't remember that part.
Oh, my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Okay, I do.
Tape don't lie. So I was in a way, I was technically
Roll
right.
the footage.
Roll the footage, the replay. No, I was technically kind of right, except take out Beth Phoenix and put in Damian Priest.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I wouldn't have mind Damian Priest coming out at the end after the match was over and then attacking AJ Styles. I don't know how I feel about him causing a distraction to allow AJ Styles to lose. I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of didn't like it in a way. I don't mind the Edge Damian Priest pairing. It's just it should have maybe waited till the end of the match.
Or maybe on Raw. They literally could have had a rematch. You know, WWE loves their rematch, right? And then do it. You know, Edge can win clean. If you remember, AJ Styles lost in his first WrestleMania against Chris Jericho. And that was clean. Chris Jericho beat AJ Styles clean in his WrestleMania debut.
I actually read that AJ Styles was supposed to win that match, but Vince wanted to see how he would handle defeat. So he changed the finish.
Classic Vince. You know what I mean? Good luck, Tommaso Ciampa. So but yeah. So I had heard that they're trying to put Edge in a new stable. So is this the Brew 2.0? Do they want to take a jab at CM Punk and call it the Straight Edge Society?
SES.
Take that, Punk. Well, yeah, I have here in my notes, honestly, if they're going to form a team, I think Edge, and let me know what you think about this, Edge, Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, and Mustafa Ali.
You think Mustafa Ali would come back for that? Here's
the thing. They are going to make him sit at home and wait out your contract. So if they say, Mustafa Ali, we're going to put you in a stable. No, stop crying. It's not retribution. We're going to put you in a stable of Edge. And if you want to leave after your contract is up, you can. But how would you want to at least come and wrestle? I'm sure he would do it. You know what I mean? He might actually stay. And I'm going to be like, dude, this Brood 2.0 or Straight Edge Society is great. It's everything that Retribution should have been. And now it's renewed my faith in my career in WWE. You know what I mean? Otherwise, Mustafa Ali is just sitting at home, waiting out his contract like Neville and Rey Mysterio. And it's actually kind of sad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my team right here. Chat room, let me know what you think.
We got
Edge. We got Damian Priest. We got Rhea Ripley. And we got Mustafa Ali in the Straight Edge Society. Take that, Punk. Take that, Punk.
I actually like that. So next, we had my least favorite match of the night. A match that we were going to get last night. And a match that, in my opinion, did not deserve to be on the WrestleMania card. It was Sheamus and Ridge Holland versus Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. I'm going to tell you, I did not like this match at all. First of all, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods were dressed like Big E. They had a beautiful tribute to Big E. Beautiful homage, I should say. And to add insult to injury, you had Ridge Holland, who injured Big E, be the one to get the pin. I absolutely did not like this match at all. Ridge Holland did not deserve a spot at WrestleMania for injuring Big E. This match should have, if there was a match ever more deserving to be on the kickoff show, this match should have been on the kickoff show.
I totally agree. I don't know what else to say. You know, I mean, honestly, this is so Vince McMahon. He wants to turn something horrible that happened into actual storyline. He wants to go like, listen, he wants this heel team to have 100% heat, and his writers are not clever enough to do that. So he's like, I'll tell you what, I'm going to have the guy who legitimately injured one of your fan favorites in New Day, and I'm going to have him take the pin because I need these guys to get heat. And my writers aren't clever enough to do that. So here, take that. Would you like to know the match length?
Oh, I heard it was supposed to be 10 minutes, but yeah, go ahead and tell me.
1 minute, 40 seconds.
Wow.
Did not last long.
No, it did not.
Why couldn't they give it to Big E? Let them have the win, and let, I don't know, one of them. I guess Xavier Woods is a lot bigger than Kofi Kingston. Have Xavier Woods do the big ending. That would have been great. He did take off the straps like Big E. Have him do the big ending. People would have loved it. But Vince McMahon's like, nope.
Right? So next we had Pat McAfee versus, according to Vince McMahon, the future WWE Universal Champion.
Yeah.
Austin Theory. Speaking of Mr. McMahon coming out and introducing Austin Theory. If we need any more reaffirmation that Austin Theory is Vince McMahon's chosen one, there's your reaffirmation right now.
Ain't that right, Drew McIntyre? Remember 10 years ago when he did this? Cool.
I will say though, I really like Pat McAfee's entrance. He came out to the White Stripes 7 Nation Army. I like that song, by the way. Mm-hmm. But I was pretty impressed by this match. I thought it was going to be boring and predictable, but no, it was not that bad. Pat McAfee with the Swanton Bomb to Austin Theory, which was pretty impressive if you ask me. And then that superplex that he did, and Pat McAfee was victorious. But I think the biggest talking point is what happened afterwards. You see Mr. McMahon take off his jacket, take off his shirt, and we have an impromptu match between Pat McAfee and Mr. McMahon. So those dirt sheets were not wrong. Mr. McMahon, at his age, wrestled in 2022. If you would have told me we were going to have Mr. McMahon wrestle at WrestleMania, I would have thought you were nuts or insane. But what were your thoughts and opinions on this?
So this was okay. Honestly, his match against Adam Cole was a lot better. And you didn't watch NXT, right?
No.
Yeah. So a lot of this stuff I've already seen. The whole Swanton Bomb he did, against Adam Cole. The whole pop-up, that backflip off the top turnbuckle, and then the jumping up superplex, he already did. So a lot of this stuff I already know he could do. The video package they did before he came out, I had no idea that he actually tried to be a pro wrestler before. So, you saw in the video, right? He tried to train to be a pro wrestler. See, I didn't know that. I thought he had a match with Adam Cole, and that's when he started training. But apparently, he trained before. It shows he honestly could, do this someday if he wanted to. So there you go. And honestly, how many people get to say they get to wrestle Vince?
Not too many people get to say that.
I know. I mean, honestly, if I was a celebrity and they said, hey, you're going to get to wrestle Vince, I'm like, I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, Triple H had to retire because of health issues. You want me to wrestle that 75-year-old dude? I don't think so. So nothing against Vince, but I'm like, I don't think so.
Well, I hear stories that Vince McMahon works out at night.
I know. I mean, he works out at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I'm already asleep. Good.
Me too. I'm asleep at 3 in the morning.
Oh my gosh. I think he actually did sell his soul to the devil. I don't know how he's staying this young. I mean, geez. Dude was freaking buffer than freaking Pat McAfee. So
yeah. So, of course, Mr. McMahon, I don't know how you felt about this, but he took a football and he punted it to Pat McAfee, hitting him in the stomach.
He did.
And Pat McAfee actually did that, and he did it to the fans and the attendants. So I thought that was pretty cool that he punted the ball. Mr. McMahon ended up winning the match, and I don't know about you, but I was waiting for Stone Cold to come out. I was waiting for it. And surprise, surprise, he does come out at the end after the match is over. He stuns Austin Theory, typical Stone Cold and Steve Austin, offering a beard of Mr. McMahon. And he gives him a stunner. And then a beard to Pat McAfee gives him a stunner too. It just took me back to my childhood into the 90s and with this. But what were your thoughts on Stone Cold coming out?
I was not expecting him to come out because then we think, why didn't he just come out before, right?
Yeah.
This match was ironically a random no DQ match, right? Because Austin Theory attacked Pat McAfee during the match, and the ref kind of just been like, oh, well.
Yeah, and you heard on commentary like, oh, you were going to disqualify Mr. McMahon?
Exactly. At one point, I even texted you. I said, is The Rock going to come out? No, because I felt like someone's going to come out. Remember, I told you earlier in the night, I had spotted The Rock's mom in the crowd, right? I'm like, oh, that's weird. I just saw The Rock's mom. Is he going to come out at the end or in the middle? If there was a time for The Rock to come out, I'd be like, dude, The Rock's going to come out right now. But instead...
But you're forgetting, he's not a Texan.
That's true. He's not a Texan.
He's not a Texan. Where was WrestleMania held at?
Where was The Undertaker?
The Undertaker did come out.
Oh, he did come out later on, but it's like, why didn't The Undertaker get the spot? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My honest opinion is I really don't think the Vince McMahon thing was needed. It was very dangerous, a man his age. And my opinion on Steve Austin, honestly, I feel like this should have been Steve Austin's participation at WrestleMania. like the main event last night should not have happened. I mean, this is no offense to Steve, no offense to KO, but if you had scrapped that and allow Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey the main event, but fix that ending, that would have been perfectly fine. Or give it to Bianca Belair or Becky Lynch. You know what I mean?
Becky and Bianca couldn't have main evented because Ronda Rousey won the Royal Rumble winner. Remember, the winner of the Royal Rumble always main events WrestleMania.
Except for last night. So
yeah.
I felt like this should have been Steve Austin's participation.
Oh, hold on. Dark Sage 9117 says, have to be honest, that was the most garbage main event I have seen. Typical suplex, Superman punch, snooze fest. What was the point of Brock versus Roman yet again? I was kind of hoping that Cena would have come out and won his 17th title just for the fun of it. I definitely agree with you. I think both of us would definitely agree with you, Dark Sage 9117. Worst... Like we said, it was predictable and underwhelming. It wouldn't have been something if it wasn't underwhelming. Like, I would have taken the predictability just as long as it was a good main event. I just wanted a good main event. And I didn't even get that.
This match is always the same. Like, literally, it's always the same. Whether it's WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Crown Jewel, all of their matches are the same. And I don't understand why they think we want to see this. We don't.
I hope we don't see this match again in our.
You're gonna get it again. You're gonna get it again at WrestleMania Backlash. You're gonna get it again.
Dark Sage goes on to say, but that was a complete joke of a main event, and I feel sorry for anybody who bought into thinking Roman versus Brock were going to do something. I pretty much was hoping that it would be decent enough that I would accept predictability, but it was just very underwhelming to me. Very, very underwhelming.
Once again, we had to theorize that we think Roman got injured in that match, which is why they cut it short. But we can be completely honest, even before that possible injury, everything else was the same. Would you agree that everything was basically the same? There was nothing new. They didn't try anything new. Everything was pretty much the same.
You know how you make this match different from the rest? Give this match a stipulation. Make it no holds barred. Make it false count anywhere. Make it a steel cage match at WrestleMania. Make it something. Make it a last man standing match.
You have Roman Reigns, right? His whole stick is acknowledge me, right? So instead of I quit match, it's a I acknowledge you match. So a person loses the match when they acknowledge the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If anything else, honestly, Cody and Seth should have ended night 2.
Yeah.
That's it. The whole stick should have been, who's the mystery opponent? Who's mystery opponent? That would have been great. But we got what we got. And yeah. So I don't know.
Did you finish giving your point on Stone Cold and Mr. McMahon?
Yeah, I think I did. I think I said it in a way where I think Steve Austin's participation at WrestleMania should have been this and not have been his actual match.
Yeah.
So
Joe Shipley saying they should have also made a Hell in a Cell match too. Yeah, definitely. Yep. This match could have used a stipulation. It really could have, but nope.
We're gonna save that for Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia, baby.
Oh, wow.
Punjabi prison match.
Oh my god. But overall, okay, so that was pretty much it. We talked about both night 1 and 2. For me, you're probably might slap me for saying this, but I actually like night 2 a lot better than I did night 1. And last year I thought night 1 was better than night 2. No, hold on. Let me tell you why. So night 1, the first 2 matches did not grab my attention. It did not grab my attention right away. I only liked Becky versus Ronda, Becky versus Bianca, and Cody versus Seth. Well, for night 2, I really liked the opening tag team match. I liked the Anything Goes match. And the Fatal 4-Way match wasn't too bad. Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory wasn't too bad. So I liked a little bit more on night 2 than I did on night 1. But that's just me personally. So I would give... But what about you? What did you like better, night 1 or night 2?
I can honestly, well, I think I already said so. I liked night 1 better, and I could just say overall, this WrestleMania was not horrible. it was okay. But
You mean it wasn't stupendous?
It was not stupendous. More like stupid. Does that make sense? The most stupidest WrestleMania ever. The most lousiest WrestleMania main event of all time. But I can say this, that it wasn't horrible. I thought it was okay. But the thing that made WrestleMania this year was the arrival of Cody. And I think you would agree, right?
I definitely agree.
If Cody did not appear at WrestleMania, overall,
we would have had a riot on our hands.
We would have had let's just say Cody stayed in AEW, right? So there's no talk about Cody going to WWE, right? He's still in AEW. There's no talk of him going to WWE. You take that whole factor of Cody not appearing at Mania, and you take out the fact that he was never going to join the WWE. What was great about this WrestleMania? Can you think of anything that was the greatest moment of WrestleMania other than Cody?
No.
I guess the other thing was Stone Cold Steve Austin returning, which a lot of people honestly didn't like. So nothing stood out about this WrestleMania. Cody saved it, and I think WWE realized it, and which is why they probably offered him whatever he wanted.
We'll talk about that because you see you have some information about that.
I do.
So hold on, this is a long comment. Okay,
nice.
So Dark Sage 9117 saying, and I will say this: I'm in favor of a long run champion. I have zero issue with Roman being a potential 600+ day champion. All I want is a good product. No offense, but this is not a good product. Do we really need a unified champion? Nope. I do have a feeling, and I hate to say this, Brock wins Money in the Bank. Oh God, no! What are you doing to me, Darkseid? Roman at some point to win the WWE title, and we get a triple threat next year. Roman versus Brock versus Brock. No, why are you putting that out there? Do not put that out there, Dark Sage. Do not put this out into the world.
I will say this. I honestly, sadly, I don't think this is the last time we're gonna get Roman and Brock Lesnar. But honestly,
this is exactly what they are going to do.
They need to take the title off Roman Reigns.
So should be saying that Stone Cold Night 1 was better than Roman ending.
That was a bad ending. That was a very bad ending tonight. It was bad. Also, another thing we should also point out: they gave us there was no new information on what this means. This unified title. Are we gonna get
from what I've read, from the stuff that I've read? It could be like back in 2002 where Brock Lesnar was the undisputed champion and then Raw had the World Heavyweight Championship. I read that it's going to be something similar to that. There's still going to be 2 belts, but Roman's going to be called the undisputed champion.
I see.
Which, honestly, I would rather take that over Roman having both belts and then Raw's left without a champion.
They need to take the title off him. Like I said, if Roman isn't legit injured in that match and they gotta take the title off him, put him in a multi-person match where he does not get pinned. Now, in a multi-person match, the champion does not need to get pinned to take the title off, right? So put him in a multi-title match, have someone else get pinned, take the title off him. Because I'm getting really, really bored until they get to Roman versus The Rock next year. You know what I mean? So
are you gonna come through for Roman versus The Rock?
No, after that main event, forget about it. I mean, Datila.
Hey, I'm gonna go see Roman versus The Rock in person.
Well, you're not gonna get that because you are gonna get Roman versus Brock Part 4, baby.
Hell no, I'm not gonna go. I would want my money back if I get Roman versus Brock Part 4. I'll go to night 1 only if that's the case.
Oh, you know it's going to be Roman versus Mark Wahlberg next year in LA. Come on.
Roman versus Marky Mark?
Yeah, should be pretty good. Rather see that than Roman versus Brock. I mean, come on.
All right. So what would you rate tonight's WrestleMania and what would you rate WrestleMania overall?
So yesterday I gave night 1. It was mostly because of Cody, a 4 out of 5. It was quite enjoyable. I know a lot of people didn't like the ending. I thought it was okay.
I liked the ending.
Yeah, but Cody really made that night, which is why I gave it a 4 out of 5. I mean, a 3.5 out of 5 would have been perfectly fine. So tonight, I thought it was mostly okay. There was no it factor. Does that make sense? A lot of people will say, oh, the Vince McMahon thing. The Vince McMahon thing was the it factor. I didn't feel that. Nothing really came out. And this is night 2. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I feel like night 2 should have been better than night 1. Does that make sense? Night 2 should have been better than night 1. So that ending really left a bad taste in my mouth. And I feel bad. If they revealed that Roman did actually dislocate his shoulder legit, kind of like Rick Boogs, then sympathy for Roman. I hope he heals up. But I'm gonna have to give it a 3 out of 5, and that's really a close to and I'm with what's it, Joe Shipley. Yeah. For me, I'm with Joe Shipley. Honestly, it might be a 2.5 out of 5. That ending really left a bad taste in my mouth. So, what would you give night 2 while I look up the dirt sheets to see if Roman did dislocate his shoulder? Take it away, Datila.
All right. So, the ending did leave a bad taste in my mouth. Before the ending, I would probably given it at least a 7. And I have to give it a 6.5 out of 10. But overall, I will give WrestleMania probably a 7. 7 out of 10.
That is very well. You did prefer night 2 better than night 1, so I can understand that. But yeah, there is no new news about Roman possibly being injured in his match. But I do want to point out, apparently Twitter is blowing up on Vince McMahon botching the Stone Cold Stunner.
Oh, we did. We didn't talk about that. We were going to talk about that. Vince McMahon botching that Stone Cold Stunner.
The guy is like 76 years old. Give him a freaking break. He shouldn't even be in the ring.
Commentary tried to
retire because of a bad heart, and we have Vince McMahon.
Did you notice? Commentary tried to play it off. It's like, oh, he's trying to get away.
Stone Cold was laughing his butt off. Stone Cold was having a good time. That kind of reminded me of 2 things. Number 1, the stunner that Donald Trump took. That was pretty bad.
I remember that.
The first ever stunner that Vince McMahon ever got, which is like he kind of took it and he started like shaking and stuff. So yeah, it was bad, but give it up to Vinnie Mac. And we should probably point out as well, I'd actually text you and I said, hey, Vince McMahon is coming out. And this kind of reminds me last year when a week after WrestleMania, they released like 30 superstars. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So guys, 1 week from today, you might see a whole bunch of superstars released. So everyone who was giving Vince McMahon a standing ovation, remember that when you bash him online for releasing 30 more superstars next week. So
yep. Well, he's gonna have to release people if he's gonna pay Cody a good money contract.
And The Rock. You want The Rock next year after watching that main event? Yeah, Rock's like, I don't think so. So
do you have any new? You said you had news on Cody, right?
That's right. So it's been confirmed by Cody himself. He has signed a multi-year contract. He hasn't gone into specifics, but he did say one of the perks is because he has a family, he actually gets his own private bus, which I think.
Oh wow, cool. That's cool.
Yeah, he said that he actually told a story about how, believe it or not, Vince McMahon, Bruce Pritchard, and the big man himself, Nick Khan, actually flew to actually meet with Cody.
What?
So that's
really? Wow.
that's how badly they wanted Cody to sign. So I wonder if Cody's ran into Triple H yet, knowing the fact that entrance he did in AEW. But
ooh, and remember when I smashed that throne? Yeah.
You know what, Triple H, come on, have a good sense of humor about this. You're a businessman, all right? So come on, all those crotch chops you did in DX, have a good sense of humor.
Oh, speaking of crotch chops, Montez Ford did one. Did you catch that?
Yeah, he did. Not a lot of tributes to Triple H, which I'm actually kind of surprised that a lot of people didn't do it. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so I actually have an update on the Nakamura boost thing. So Fightful Select reporting that night's 1 opening match between the Usos, Rick Boogs, and Shinsuke Nakamura saw the finish change due to Rick Boogs' unfortunate leg injury that eliminated him from competing in the match. We're told that the finish was set to be different, but that the Usos were always planned to win. The match was scheduled to go 15 minutes with entrances, which was one of the shortest matches on the show, but ended up actually being the shortest match. So either way, the Usos were going to win. They just changed how they won because Rick Boogs unfortunately did get injured.
Oh, Vince doesn't like Japanese wrestlers. So sorry, Nakamura.
Yep. Well, I guess that's it. We've talked about everything. We covered both nights. We covered everything top to bottom. Do you have anything more you want to say before we get ready to sign out?
No, that's pretty much it. Cody made WrestleMania.
Definitely. Cody made WrestleMania.
Cody
Mania.
Cody Mania. And I can't believe I'm saying this. And this is why WWE did it. I'm actually going to tune into Monday Night Raw, not to tune in to see what they're going to do with the Undisputed Championship, but to see what they do with Cody.
Oh, like we talked about yesterday, Monday Night Raw is about to get their most viewed show in a long time.
In a long time. Tony Khan's going to be tuning in too. So
yeah, everyone's going to be tuning in to see what Cody Rhodes has to say. They definitely do. All right, Michael. So where can people find you?
You can find me on YouTube and social media at McChow TV. My YouTube channel is currently under construction, but I should be launching it probably by WrestleMania Backlash. So look out for Michael Chow TV 2.0. Maybe 3.0, but don't tell him, Datila. So
I won't. As for my sub, you can follow me on Twitter at Datila_. I live feed during Raw, SmackDown, AEW Dynamite, Impact Wrestling, AEW Rampage. I do the no NXT 2.0 for me though. I also do Power Rangers content on this channel because I like both wrestling and Power Rangers. Thank you, every guys, for watching and for your continued support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you get notified whenever I go live or release a new video. And I'll see you guys tomorrow after Monday Night Raw. Have a great night, you guys.
Worst WrestleMania main event ever!